Hi kids and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about something special and I'm going to introduce you to two of my best friends that live with me. They have pointy fluffy ears and a big bushy tails. Can you guess who is that? You guessed right. They are my pets and they are dogs. I have two dogs that are Siberian Huskies. One husky, her name is Finn and she's the oldest. She's 5 years old, and I have also another husky. His name is Wolfie and he is 2.5 years old and he is a sweetie. So those are two pets that we have. We also have fish and we also have chickens. They are also our pets as well. What pets do you have? Go ahead and post a comment below in the link so that we can learn about your pets. Today we will read a book about pets. What Pet Should I Get by Dr. Seuss, and then I'll teach you how to write an informative writing about your pets. So let's read the book together. What Pet Should I Get by Dr. Seuss. We want a pet. We want a pet. What kind of pet should we get? Dad said we could have one. Dad said he would pay. I went to the pet shop. I went there with Kate. And so we went in. I took one fast look. I saw a fine dog who shook hands. So we shook. So I said, I want him. But then Kay saw a cat. She gave it a pat and she said, I want that. Then Kay said, now what do you think we should do? Dad said to pick one. We cannot take home two. Then what do you know? We saw two other kinds. Now how could Kay and I make up our minds? A pup and a kitten. They look like good fun. Now, which would we pick? We could only pick one. Make up your mind. The cat or the dog? The kitten, the pup? Oh boy, it is something to make a mind up. Then I looked all around. I saw something with wings. I said, look at him. We can pick one that sings. But then, look over there, said my sister Kay. We can go home with a rabbit today. Then I looked at Kay. I said, what will we do? I like all the pets that I see. So do you. We have to pick one pet and pick it out soon. You know, Mother told us to be back by noon. And I could have done it. I bet. I could have said what pet we should get. But you know what Kay did? Do you know what she did? She said, fish, 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 fish. It may be a fish is the pet that we wish. Then I saw a new kind, and they were good too. How could I pick one? Now what should we do? We could only pick one. That is what my dad said, but how could I make up that mind in my head? Make up your mind. Pick a pet fast. Pick one out soon. Mother and Dad said to be home by noon. The time may be now to make up my mind, but who knows what other good pets I might find. I might find a new one, a fast kind of thing, who would fly around my head in a ring on a string. Yes, but that would be fun. But our house is so small. This thing on a string would bump into the wall. My mother, I know, would not like that at all. So maybe some other good kind of pet, another kind maybe is what we should get. We might find a new kind, a pet who is tall, a tall pet who fits in a space that is small. My mother might like this pet best of them all. If we had a big tent, then we would be able to take home a yant. Dad would like us to have a good yant, but how do I know he would pay for a tent? So you see how it is when you pick out a pet? How can make up your mind what to get. But what if we took one of each kind of pet? Then our house would be full of pets we would get. No, Dad would be mad. We can only have one. If we do not choose, we will end up with none. I will do it right now. I will do it, I said. I will make up the mind that is up in my head. The dog or the rabbit, the fish or the cat. I picked one out fast and then that was that. What Pet Should I Get is a story about a classic childhood moment, choosing a pet. It is also a story about making decisions. Sometimes it is hard to make a decision, but you just have to make up your mind. In fact, Dr. Seuss finished the book this way on purpose because he wants you to make a decision about what pet did the kids get. So what do you think? What kind of pets did they get? Go ahead and post a comment below with your ideas. I would like to know what you think. In this lesson, we will be working on informative writing. Informative writing describes a person, place, thing, or pet. Informative writing usually begins with a topic sentence, followed by sentences with details about the topic. For example, you can write about your pet. You can tell me about your pet and how it looks and what's his personality. Ideally, the informative writing ends with the conclusion that tells readers how you feel about your pet. For example, I'm going to write about my pet husky. So I need a topic sentence. I need some details about maybe 2 or 3 details about my husky, and also some conclusion or some closing sentence. Don't worry about making lots of mistakes right now. This is a first draft. And then in the next video, I'm going to show you how to revise your draft to make it better. Now we're going to write about our pets. So for example, I'm going to write about my pet husky. Okay? So remember, the first thing when you do your writing is you write your picture. So on my picture here, I have a picture of my dog. I have a picture of a dog sitting outside in the grass. I also have labels, right? You're going to tell your readers, who is that? Is that your cat? Is that your dog? And maybe I wrote his name is Wolfie. So I have a label stating who is this. So when you write about your pet, you can draw a picture and also a label with the name of your pet so the readers will know what are you writing about. So your first step is to do a picture of your pet, just like I did. And the next step, I'm going to show you how to write about your pets. And then you can write about your pet. Once you have your picture of your pet ready, we are going to start writing our sentences. So remember, informative writing needs a topic sentence, which I'm going to introduce my pet. So I'm going to say, I, uppercase in the beginning, remember, I, 2-finger space, have, and have is a sight word. So remember, you can use your sight word list to spell your sight words correctly. I have a dog. Or you can tell what kind of pet do you have. So this is my topic sentence, period, because my first sentence is done. I have a dog. I'm going to read it again, make sure it makes sense. Okay, now I'm going to tell you his, uppercase again as a new sentence, his name, 2-finger space again, is Wolfie. So I'm not sure if I can fit it in here, so I might go to the next line. Wolfie, and remember, Wolfie is a name, so it's going to be uppercase W in the beginning. Okay, let's read it. His name is Wolfie. Okay, that is my second sentence. Remember, I have to include details about my dog. So Wolfie likes to play. Wolfie likes to eat bones. So I can think of ideas and different details I can tell my readers about Wolfie. He to, remember those are sight words again, so if you don't remember how to spell them, go ahead and take a look at our sight word list. I have 2 lists that you can use in your writing, and if you don't know the word, you can always sound it out. He likes to chew chew bones. I have a dog. His name is Wolfie. He likes to chew bones. I can think of one more idea about my dog. He likes to play. He likes to play. So I have my topic sentence. I have 2 details. And then now I'm going to write some conclusion. You can say, I love my pet, or I'm going to say, Wolfie is the best. And I'm going to use an exclamation mark because I love my dog and I want to tell you how excited I am. So Wolfie is the best. Okay, and I have my exclamation mark. So for now, it's our first draft, so don't worry if you make a mistake, or don't worry too much about which words you use. It's our first draft. So we're going to come back in the next lesson and we're going to talk about, okay, what else can I do? What can I add? Or do I need something? Do I need to fix a mistake in my words? So we're going to talk about it. So before I am finished with my first draft, I'm going to use my writing checklist. And remember, writing checklists they help us to be better writers. So the first one says, I have a detailed picture, right? Means I have a picture of my pet and a name or a label. I'm going to put a check mark. Next one is, I used uppercase letters. In the beginning, for example, I used I, or here I used Wolfie in his name. I used H, here uppercase his name. So in the beginning, I'm going to check, make sure I use my uppercase letters. I did. Did I use spaces? I'm going to check. Make sure. I like to use 2 finger spaces because fingers as kids are small. Sometimes the spaces are very hard to see. So that's why I teach my kids to use 2 finger space. And also, did I use punctuation? Remember, punctuation either period, question mark, or exclamation mark. So I use some periods and exclamation marks. And finally, it says I spelled sight words correctly, like the sight word like, for example. Okay, like, L-I-K-E, or any other sight words that are on the list, and you can download them from the description below. If you're not sure how to write some words, make sure you spell them correctly. Okay, I can check my sight words, check mark. I've finished my check mark. So this is our first draft. Go ahead and write your draft about your pets. Tell me some details about your pets. Don't worry too much about it because we are going to look at this again and then we're going to see what can we change for our final draft. Go ahead and send your work to my email at anetka@academy@gmail.com so I can give you some feedback and tell you what are some things you need to work on. And also, I'm going to share your pictures and your write about your pets in my next video as well. So if you'd like to be featured in my next video, go ahead and send me your writings about your pets. You can just take a picture and send it to me to my email at anetka@academy@gmail.com, and the email is in the description below as well. Remember, all of the links to the worksheets in the description below, as well as the links to the sight words. Don't forget, these are the tools that help you be a better writer. If you like this video, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe, and come back for our next video about pets and how you can revise your first draft. See you again soon.